what's up everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Got some deep diving crankbaits that we're going to take a look at. And as you can tell by that rod tube back there, we also got a new rod. Recently, 6th Sense did a restock of their ESP series rods, and they came out with some new models, some new powers, some new actions. I have one of them in the tube right there, so we're going to go ahead, crack into that bad boy, take a look at these crankbaits, take a look at this new ESP rod, and that'll be it. And that's what's going down in this one. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm gonna grab the tube, slice that bad boy open, and we'll take a look at the crankbaits, and then I'll show you the new ESP rod. You hear it? They're in there. It's coming, man. Deer's over here in the driveway staring at me like, what you got? What you got in that tube, man? It's not almonds or cherries or berries. So this isn't for you. Sorry. There's some crankbaits. And there's a fishing rod. First thing I noticed right off the bat, even with this foam and this rod sleeve, which they have included, that's nice. This is a light rod, even with the wrapping on it and the rod sleeve. Extremely lightweight, I can already tell. But we're gonna set that off to the side and let's take a look at these crankbaits. God dang, some of these things are massive. These are some heavy duty crankbaits, boys. Some of these plugs are thick. But let's go ahead and take a look at these bad boys one by one, up close and personal. So first up, this is the bait that Casey and I were throwing out on our trip. I know you guys are ready to see that video, and I am in the process of editing it right now. It's coming your way really soon. I've been working really hard to get these videos out for you guys, while also balancing being out on the water fishing practically every day. So it's just taking me a little bit, but it is coming. I know I've been saying it a lot here lately and teasing that video, but it's about to drop, so stay ready. First up, this is the Cloud9 C20. This is the bait that Casey and I were fishing with. We did some damage with this bad boy. This one right here is the Jaint Juice, one of my favorite colors. Got that light citrus chartreuse with the white belly, and then the light lavender purple on the back. Red eye, and it's just a killer color. That's the Dominator right there. Now the C20 here is gonna dive 16 to 22 feet depending on what size line you're using and how fast of a reel you're using. Normally I'll fish my crankbaits on a 6-to-1 gear ratio reel to help me get them down there a little bit further, and you are going to need a good rod to throw these things. I throw these on the 8-foot Lux Series heavy, moderate, fast action rod. I think that 8-footer gives you just that little bit extra that you need to get these big plugs down there and not wear yourself out. It's extremely important to have a good rod when you're deep cranking, and that 8-footer is great for throwing the big crankbaits like the C20 and above. Usually using the Cloud9 cranker, the 711 for like the C10s and C15s, but once I bump up to the C20s, I like that little bit extra length, and the bend on that rod is incredible. Next up, we're gonna go 5 foot deeper with the C25. Dives 18 to 26 feet. And this right here is the Shad Sense color. You got the see-through body, you got the citrus lateral line on there, dark lavender purple accents on the top, gold eye, and this is a pretty substantially sized crankbait. I mean, this thing is, I got big hands and she fills them up. So didn't have many C25s in my lineup, so I wanted to add one. And hopefully I can keep this thing from getting stuck at the bottom of the lake. I think this color right here is gonna do really well out in that clear water that I'm used to fishing. Lately I've been seeing fish down there suspended in like the 25 to 30 foot depth range. So I'm gonna use these C25s to target those deep suspenders. Next up is another C25. This is the Shook Shad color. This is a new one on me. I hadn't previously seen this one in person or on the website, but I saw it and was like, hey, that looks pretty good. So check that thing out. Nice little sort of baby bass imitation mixed with a shad imitator. You got that bright chartreuse lateral line black dot, and then you got the green fading into the royal blue on the back there. Really nice looking crankbait. This might be my favorite one that we've opened up yet here in this little short unboxing. As you can see, the unique tail design on these crankbaits as it tapers, and you can see the flat sides there. I don't know how well you can see that on camera, but the sides there are flat in that tail section, and that is one little design feature that Casey and the boys over there at the 6 threw into this crankbait, and that is another killer looking deep diver right there. Another C25 added to the tackle pile, tackle mile. Next up, one last C25. This one right here is a little louder when it comes to the color. This is the Chartreuse Pro Blue, and I love this color. Even though I do fish a lot of clear water, it's good to have a bold and bright option. Once you get down there into the depths, you've got so much water on that bait that even these bright, loud colors will still work even in clear water. And I've caught some really nice fish cranking these bright, bold colors. But they also do really well in the murk. If you're fishing chocolate milk, that's a standout bold one right there. Chartreuse Blue back, one of their best colors. I can hear a baby deer out here whining, crying for its mama. Go find them. They just walked by. You'll get there. But yeah, that's just another C25 to add to the lineup there. Sort of covered the spectrum. With these 3 C25s, I was sort of, you know, trying to cover all the bases. You know, I got the natural one on top, nice balanced, best of both worlds in the middle, and then bright and bold with that Chartreuse Pro Blue there. Good to go with all the bases covered. So let's go ahead and move on. See what else I got. C20s. I showed you guys the Jank Juice C20, but I have 3 more here we're gonna take a look at. First up, C20 in that same color that I just showed you. This is the Chartreuse Pro Blue. This one right here is another one of the bold and beautiful. This is the Blue Truce Shad, and I love this color. Such a killer blend of chartreuse, green, and aqua. And like I said, man, even though I fish the clear, they still smoke these colors down there in the deep. I believe once they get down there so far and you have less light penetration in the water and these crankbaits are down there in the 20 to 30 foot range, the fish key in on these brighter colors just a little bit easier, and they don't look quite as unnatural as if you were fishing one of these colors in, say, like a shallow diving crankbait in clear water up near the surface where the sun is hitting them a lot. This bold color is going to allow those fish to key in on this bait down there in the depths, and if not, I got something else for them. This one right here. The lake that Casey and I were on is absolutely loaded with tilapia, and I plan on going back there. I wanted to have me a tilapia imitation. This is the tilapia pattern from 6th Sense. As you can see, you got the bronze coloring on the sides with the black vertical lines, slight gray accent there. You got the chartreuse around the gill plates, green pumpkin on top, and as always with all 6th Sense hard baits, you're getting laser sharp black nickel hooks and premium hardware ready to go straight out of the package. Another C20, a little bit more natural, and this will work out here on my lake. We have tilapia out here too, so this one right here I think is gonna be really good for me. If they're not hitting the bold and the beautiful, break out something natural. Got one more deep diving crankbait to show you. This one right here might be my favorite out of the bunch. This is a little more old school vibe to it when it comes to the paint scheme on here. This is the 300 DD in the Supermodel Shad color. Let's bust it out, take a closer look. You guys know how I like to do it in these unboxing videos. Up close and personal, right up in your face so that you can get a good look at what 6th Sense has to offer in the way of paint schemes when it comes to these hard baits. And this one right here might be my favorite one. This is gonna be a killer shad imitation. You got this gray and blue on top, the gold lateral line, red accents around the gills with a little bronze action there on the gill plates, white belly, 300 DD. This is a different model than we've looked at so far. This bad boy is going to run a little bit more shallow in that 14 to 19 foot range. Also, a little bit of a different profile on this bait. As you can see, it does not have that same taper to the tail. It's a little more rounded. Has a little more curve to it, a little bit more sort of, I don't know, I don't want to say bulky, but just a different shape to the body. It's going to give it a different action. And I only had one other 300 DD, so I wanted to grab me another one. And I think that when it comes to deep cranking, crankbaits with a little bit of a slimmer profile, definitely gonna do us some work. I'm excited to tie this one on and give it a shot. And that's gonna do it for the deep divers. Let's go ahead and take a look at this new ESP rod that I got. I'm excited about this one. This is a new model, new action, new power, something that they haven't offered before, but I'm extremely excited about. Now I wanna mention here, before we take a look at this bad boy, this is not the rod that I'm intending to pair up with these deep diving crankbaits. Like I said, I'll throw these cranks on the Lux 8-footer or the Lux 711. Those are my deep cranking rods. This over here I got for something else. Let's take a look at it. If you guys are interested in any of these crankbaits, the rod, or anything else that 6th Sense has to offer, hit up 6th Sense, 6thsensefishing.com, and you can use my code JR10 at checkout for 10% off your entire order. It's the #1 way that you guys can support the channel. Shopping with 6th Sense and using that JR10 code to save yourself a little bit of money is the best way that you can help us keep the lights on and the cameras rolling so that we can continue to bring you free fishing content on YouTube. And as always, anyone who uses my JR10 code gets a shout out on my Instagram. Just take a little screenshot of that order confirmation and DM it to me at the Justin Royal, and I will post you up, tag your account. It's just a way for me to say thank you and give you all some public recognition for helping us keep this whole thing rolling. Shout outs to all my JR10 code users. Much love. I appreciate all of you. And let's go ahead and take a look at the rod. Stoked on this one, man. Pretty stoked on this one. As mentioned, this is a new one. This is something that they didn't have before. They came out with a couple models of the ESP rod. They were pretty popular. They sold out, and then they've recently got that restock, so they're there for you guys if you want to check them out. I love the other two ESP rods that I have. The ones that they came out with have a little bit more of a parabolic moderate action, and I love that, especially when it comes to throwing moving baits. And this one right here is no different, but this is going to be a little bit lighter when it comes to the power, and I'm extremely excited for this. If I can get this bubble wrap off. All right, check it out. You got this nice solid handle, super sensitive, you can feel everything. Check that out, man. I like that. It reminds me of a Crown. Royal blue. They even included a rod sleeve. That's really nice of them. So I won't have to buy one of those. 6 cents rod sleeves, best rod sleeves in the game. Wow, this rod is nice and light. This is the 7.9 medium moderate ESP rod. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. What do you guys think? Oh, is that upside down? No. All right, there you go. 7.9 medium. Ooh, yeah, I'm into it. So 7.9 medium, 7 foot 9 inches. Medium moderate. Says it's to be used with 10 to 17 pound line with 1/4 ounce to 3/4 ounce baits. I'm excited for this one. Now, what are my plans for this rod? I'm gonna use this to throw things like crankbaits, but not deep divers. At least not these big deep divers. Maybe like the Curve 55 would be good to throw on here. Also, like lighter, more finesse style techniques like shaky head, lighter Texas rigs, and really we're just gonna have to play with it and figure out what technique we like it best for. But as soon as I saw that they had a 7.9 medium, a lot of length but lighter power, I was all over it. A lot of my rods are like, you know, that medium heavy to heavy range, and this is gonna enable us to throw lighter tackle with a little bit of longer length, and I'm excited to get this thing out there on the water and put it to the test. Now, I have a reel on the way that I've just ordered that I will be pairing up with this, but you guys are gonna have to stick around and see what I went with in a future unboxing. But this was just a quick little crankbait unboxing, fishing rod unboxing, the new ESP 7.9 medium moderate. You gotta give it the old testaroo down there. So yeah, I like to throw like the Zoom Speed Craw, the Ultra Vibe Speed Craw, which is like a small profile creature bait, and I'll throw that on 1/4 ounce weight. So this right here is gonna let me throw that lighter bait, and it has a lot of length to it. It's gonna load up really well and enable me to sail that bait out there really far. So I'm excited to start using this thing, and that's just one of the baits that comes to mind. Also, you could square bill with this, the Crush 100 or the Magnum square bill. This is gonna be a great rod for that. That medium moderate action is going to be great for throwing like a little bit of a larger profile crankbait, and I think the reel that I went with is going to be excellent for doing that as well. Can't wait to get out there and start using this thing. Feels really nice in the hand, comfortable, and like I said, these grips are really sensitive. You can get on 6 Sense's website and read more about the technical terminology that goes along with what went into the build of this rod, but I'm not really good at breaking that kind of stuff down, so I try not to like get too technical. I know that it's some sort of special coated handle, and I just know that they're extremely sensitive. Like I said, I have 2 ESP rods, and I like fishing with both of them. So there we are, man. That's the rod, that's the crankbaits. Thank you guys for hanging out yet again in this one. Also, I want to mention really quickly, if you guys are interested in these heaters, hats, the heater fish, I got a restock in the works right now. New hats will be back on the website soon, and all of the styles and models that we've had previously available. So if you've been waiting on a restock on the hats, that's coming soon. You can check out my website, theheaterzone.com, to take a look at all of the t-shirts and hats that we have available. We also have sticker packs, and that's another excellent way to support the mission that we have going on over here, help us keep this thing rolling. So that's what I got for you. That's gonna be about it for this one. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you all for taking time out of your day to watch this video, but that's about all I got for you. That about does it. That about wraps her on up. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now, and I'll see you in the next one.